Hello YouTube, and welcome to your 5th Google Chrome extension development tutorial. And in this tutorial we'll be looking at something called popup.html file, which we already downloaded in tutorial 1 or 2 I guess. And in the manifest.json this file is declared as default popup. Now this is a kind of regular HTML file which you can code with styles or scripts or whatever you like to, but with a couple of exceptions. Now what they are, I'll tell you right now. These files actually load up when the user clicks on your button in the toolbar, just like regular HTML5 file, and you can just expand the size, the height, the width, font size, colors, etc. with all that CSS you want to do. Now what's the difference between this file and a regular HTML file in a Chrome document is that this file has certain permissions which are basically superior to the regular HTML files. This file right here has certain more permissions, like loading restricted documents from sites like Reddit and Facebook, and where you cannot actually access the page directly. So to demonstrate that, I have a jQuery file which basically just loads the jQuery file right here, and I would perform a GET request to Reddit. I don't know what that was. Okay, so I'll perform a GET request to the site Reddit, and once we do that, I get this error that XML HTTP cannot load this page and this header is not present. So that is why. So this header is basically, okay, the headers are basically, if you don't know, these are some kind of extra information which comes from server to the browser. So if you don't know about headers, then no need to worry. We'll be not going deep into headers in this series, just for this tutorial, for sake of understanding. So these are headers, and as you see, there is no this header present right here, so we cannot load cross-domain documents with the help of jQuery. For example, Reddit can load itself, but we cannot load Reddit from another domain. As you can see, the XML request is successful on reddit.com itself, but it is unsuccessful if we try to load it on a different protocol or domain. So what I want to tell you is that under this extension we can actually load such documents and basically loosen the strictness of browser. This error popped up because of browser blocked this XML HTTP request. So we can actually stop the browser or say that please allow us to access this page because I'm an extension, and the browser will allow us access. So regarding this application, I created one extension recently for my client on Reddit itself, and that's why I was telling you the story, which basically retrieves the first page of Reddit. And this is the extension, and if I click on this, as you can see, I get the first page from Reddit. And if you try to view the source code of this page, then right here in the popup.js file, let's see, in this popup.js file right here, I'm just doing a simple GET request with the mobile version of Reddit, and you will wonder how it is allowing me to do GET request with an extension, but it is blocked on a regular HTML page. So let's try to open the manifest file of this Reddit, and I guess I have this folder down here, and this is the manifest file of my extension. And what it says in the content security policy is that allow this file Reddit static to access this page and run scripts from it, But what is more important, that in the permissions section we have all URLs defined. So basically you cannot access any URL with the help of JavaScript or jQuery or any other library in your extension, especially unless you have this permission defined to show to user. So this was the first difference between a regular HTML file and the pop-up file, and the second difference is that you cannot run inline JavaScript in a pop-up file. For example, I guess I told you this thing in earlier tutorial as well, I don't remember, but never mind. We have got this inline JavaScript, and if I try to show this, then as you see the alert box does not appear and console log would log an error. As you see, refuse to execute inline script because it violates the content secure policy. So basically you cannot execute inline scripts in JavaScript. You have to load every file locally or with the help of URL in this popup.html file. The rest is almost same. You have access to a couple of APIs in this popup.html file as well, and the rest is almost same, and you can use any file like jQuery or your own JavaScripts and type content here, style with CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and all that stuff you do with a regular HTML file. So this was a quick short tutorial on popup.html file, and in the next tutorials we'll be creating a cool extension and would be starting off with basics of extension and how they work, and we'll be looking at a lot more. So stay tuned with me, and thanks for watching this tutorial.